Please welcome our next up, Miss Barri. Come on, Manchester.
Hello, Manchester Comedy Store. Hello, my name is Zahra. You know, like the shop. But unlike the shop, my name is spelt Z-A-H-R-A, and that's because it's an Arabic name, and my Arabic family pronounce it Zahra, because they're from Qatar. I'm sorry, they've got Qatar. No, they're actually from Egypt. Yeah. I'm half Egyptian. The other half of me is Irish. Now, being half Arab and half Irish, I am fully aware that my true vocation in life is terrorism. That's what the careers advisor told me anyway. Say that to people on public transport, you get surprisingly more legroom, which is nice. But I did consider terrorism as a possible career path. I did. I mean, let's be honest, I think we all have. But in this current climate, there's actually quite a lot of competition. So I settled for a career in stand-up. And it got me thinking, right, stand-up and terrorism are actually quite similar. Because both you have to be good with large crowds. It's all in the timing. And you have to be willing to die. Thank you. So sort of transferred ethnic skill set there. But no, I have had a very Middle Eastern upbringing. It's definitely been more Middle Eastern than Irish. It's definitely been more Sharia law than Murphy's Law. For instance, I actually grew up in Saudi Arabia. My dad had a job there working with oil. He was a chef. But growing up in Saudi Arabia is very different to growing up in the UK. For instance, in the UK... Still going. But in the UK, you know, teenagers spend all their time smoking weed, getting drunk. In Saudi Arabia, some people do get off their heads and stoned. It's just a bit different. Makeup is very different in Saudi Arabia. The mascara in Saudi Arabia is called 100 lashes. And instead of your dad telling you that your skirt was too short, it was actually the Muslim police in the street telling you. And they were called the Matawi, which sounds like the Muslim, the only way is Essex. In actual fact, it's more like the Muslim what not to wear. Do any of you guys watch The Only Way is Essex? Woo! It's a really good show. I think it's really, really important that we're finally embracing people of colour. Celebrating people of colour. Orange people. And finally being accepted into our community. Which I think is a wonderful thing. It really is. I also like The Only Way is Essex because it raises awareness of female genital mutilation. Hundreds of girls in Essex get vajazzled every day. But there you go. It's great to be here in Manchester. I've just come from London. I've lived there about 3 years, and it's a very expensive city. So when I first moved there, I had to move in with my extremely strict Muslim aunt. And she'd say stuff to me like, she put a lot of pressure on me to get married and have children. She'd say stuff like, Zahra, get married young, have children young, get divorced young, and then get on with your life. So that's what I'm trying to do, really, because you know every girl wants to find the guy that they will eventually divorce. I went on a dating show. I went on a dating show called Dating in the Dark. I actually got scouted by the producers of Dating in the Dark. They said that I had a face for Dating in the Dark. But if you don't know, the whole premise of the show is that you're going on and you're dating people in the dark. So you're going for people that you wouldn't necessarily find attractive in daylight. But it taught me that I shouldn't be so materialistic, you know, because some men are like a pair of Ugg boots. They look shit, but they feel good inside. I have got a boyfriend now, so it's fine. He's more like a onesie. But yeah, when I was single though, I didn't just go on Dating in the Dark. I did regular dating as well. Like one night I was with a guy who had a dodgy eye. So I thought nothing of it when he said that he had a sty. Turns out it was a STI. I'm only joking, I didn't really get an STI from him. I actually got an STI from trying on a bikini in Primark. Have any of you ladies ever had cystitis? No one's going to admit it. It's not an STI. It's a urinary tract infection, and it stings when you pee, and it's caused by too much sex or too much alcohol. And when I was single, I went to the doctor about it, and here's a big tip for you ladies if you ever have it. She prescribed me natural bio yogurt to put on my downstairs. She said that the L-Casio immunitas in the yogurt helps counteract the cystitis. It's funny because I always thought that El Casio Immunitas was the villa in Spain. Apparently it's a different type of culture. So I'm putting it on every night, and it seems to be working. But one night I ran out. So I used a Muller fruit corner. Wasn't so good. I've had quite a lot of near-death experiences in my life because I've got a nut allergy, I'm epileptic, and I've failed my driving test 13 times. But just the other day I had a near-death experience, and I knew it was a near-death experience because my whole Facebook timeline flashed right before my eyes. But my near-death experience involved a bikini wax. And being Middle Eastern, I get quite a lot of bikini waxes. Because when I get a bikini wax, I actually lose weight. But I had a really bad one. She was fumbling around down there. She didn't know what she was doing. And it got me thinking, you know, bikini waxes are a bit like shags. In the fact that you know you've had a bad one if you have to go home and finish yourself off. So I had hot wax on my genitalia. Oh no, I mean my friend Jenny Taylor was helping me. Us girls like to stick together. But to cut a long story short, let's just say that burning bush isn't just a passage in the Bible. I'm gonna leave you now, but just one thing before I go. Have you guys been watching the controversial Channel 4 TV show called Benefit Street? Yes, it's very controversial about how they're representing people on the dole. But it got me thinking about it. You know, Benefit Street is actually very similar to Sesame Street in the fact that it's full of big birds and people learning to read. Thank you very much. I've been Zahra. Thanks for having me.